GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action. Live from the GMNA News Center, this is the Lunch Break News Hour.
Good afternoon, I'm CJ Waterhouse. Artists fear losing their historic Mile X studio on BYAN as redevelopment looms, while the SBVM probes 16 officers over alleged racist conduct. Traffic's light with only minor delays, and the Provincial Pickleball Championship is moving outdoors this weekend. Over to you, Jeff.
The Francos Festival is presenting 10 free concerts across Montreal from June 12 through June 20, featuring both local and international artists, with tickets available online at no charge.
Concerts will be held at venues including Place des Arts, Parc Jean Drapeau, and the historic St. Laurent Boulevard, each offering diverse musical styles throughout the festival week.
All performances are free of charge, require no prior registration, welcome audiences of all ages, and are organized by the Montreal Francophone Cultural Council supporting community arts.
All right, let's get into it. The Francos Festival continues with 10 free concerts this week, showcasing a blend of jazz, pop, and world music across downtown venues. Hear what's shaping our day. A major breakthrough in climate policy, a surprise twist in the downtown housing market, and the latest on the health front.
Artists in the Mile X neighborhood voiced concern today that the red brick industrial building at 435 Beaubien Avenue West, on the corner of Beaubien and Duracher, may be demolished under a redevelopment plan. The structure has housed a collective of visual creators for many years and is widely regarded as an iconic studio hub in the area. City officials confirmed the property is slated for redevelopment, though project details remain limited. The artist said the loss of the space would displace dozens of studios that have contributed to Mile X's reputation as a creative district. The address, 435 Beaubien Avenue West, has become a reference point for the local art community. Community groups have been contacted for comment, but no response was available at the time of this report.
Police have opened an internal investigation after reports surfaced of hateful gestures made by 16 members of the Service de Police de la Ville de Montreal. 2 of those officers were placed on suspension Monday and could face criminal charges if the allegations are proven. The probe comes as the force continues to grapple with a series of complaints alleging racist conduct within its ranks. SBVM officials said the inquiry will examine video and witness statements to determine whether the behavior violated department policy and criminal law. No arrests have been made, and the suspended officers remain on leave pending the outcome. The investigation is being handled by the department's Professional Standards Unit, which has pledged a transparent process. Authorities have not indicated when any further disciplinary actions might be announced.
World elite cyclists will converge on the island next September for the 2026 UCI Road World Championships. The 8-day series, running from the 20th to the 27th, marks Montreal's first time hosting the premier road racing showdown. Organizers say the city was chosen for its varied terrain, scenic routes, and enthusiastic fan base, promising a spectacular backdrop from downtown streets to the rolling hills of the surrounding parkland. With roughly 100 days left, officials are finalizing course details, security plans, and a volunteer roster that could exceed 10,000. Spectators can expect daily races that crown world champions in both men's and women's categories, along with a festive atmosphere that will spill into local cafes and neighborhoods. The event is expected to draw thousands of visitors, boosting tourism and showcasing Montreal's capacity for world-class sport.
Residents, parents, and alumni have mobilized to keep Villa Maria College on its historic Notre Dame de Grace campus in the West End neighborhood. Thousands have signed petitions, organized town hall meetings, and launched a social media drive, urging school officials to find a financially viable path that preserves the institution's long-standing location. College administrators acknowledge the campus faces a deep fiscal shortfall and say any solution must confront those challenges before a possible relocation can be considered. The grassroots effort sparked by the prospect of losing a landmark educational site is seeking partnerships, fundraising, and government support to bridge the gap. Officials stress that while community sentiment is strong, the school's survival depends on meeting budgetary realities. The campaign continues through the summer, with a final deadline for a formal proposal expected later this year and may involve local leaders in negotiations.
Halton police announced Tuesday that 5 individuals have been arrested in connection with a series of vehicle thefts across southwestern Ontario. The arrests were made on June 12, after a coordinated investigation into more than a dozen auto thefts in the Halton region. Authorities also disclosed that a sixth suspect remains at large and is being actively sought. The operation targeted a network believed to have orchestrated the thefts, which investigators say span multiple jurisdictions within the province. Police confirmed that all 5 arrested persons are being held pending further charges. The investigation spans several municipalities within the region, including Oakville, Milton, and Burlington, and involved collaboration between municipal and provincial police units. Officials said the seized evidence includes stolen vehicles, tools, and communication devices used by the group. The ongoing search for the remaining suspect continues as law enforcement works to dismantle the auto theft ring.
Later we'll talk about the Quebec Provincial Pickleball Championship moving outdoors onto 20 new courts, plus more stories coming up. We will be right back.
Watch the local sunset tonight at 6 p.m. for all your local Montreal news.
Welcome back, everyone. That was a quick break. Now let's turn to Jeff Laflamme for the local stories we've been waiting for.
Jeff Laflamme here. The Marcel Lemia Provincial Pickleball Championship will be held entirely outdoors this weekend in Salaberry-de-Valleyfield, marking the first time the event moves off the indoor arena. Organizers have installed 20 brand new courts across the town sports complex, giving players a chance to compete under open sky. The weekend of June 13th to 15th will see the courts buzzing with the province's top players, all chasing the Marcel Lemia title. The shift comes as the sport's popularity continues to rise across the province, and the expanded outdoor layout is expected to accommodate more athletes and spectators alike. Local vendors have set up food stalls along the perimeter, offering quick bites for those watching between points. Fans can watch the fast-paced rallies from the surrounding park benches or bring a picnic to enjoy the summer air while the championships unfold.
The city's Francos de Montreal Festival is rolling out 10 free concerts this week, running from June 12th through June 20th. Marking its 37th edition, the series highlights the vibrancy of Francophone song across neighborhoods. Each performance is open to anyone, offering families and music lovers a chance to enjoy live talent without a ticket price. Organizers say the lineup spans a mix of emerging artists and seasoned singers, giving audiences a taste of the language's contemporary pulse. With stages set up in parks, plazas, and community centers, the concerts are easily reachable by foot, bike, or public transit. Residents can drop by any day to soak up the melodies, supporting a tradition that has become a summer staple for the city's cultural calendar. It gives local cafes a boost as patrons linger after shows, and adds a lively soundtrack to the streets.
6 players with roots in Quebec have earned spots on Canada's roster for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The national men's soccer team announced the selections earlier this month, and the Quebec-born athletes will join their teammates as the country prepares for the tournament slated for the summer. Families of the 6 players expressed pride and excitement, noting the years of dedication that led to the call-up. The squad's composition reflects a growing presence of talent from the province, and the newcomers will train with the team in the weeks ahead of the competition. Fans can expect to see the Quebec representatives on the field when Canada takes the stage in the upcoming global event, adding a local dimension to the national campaign. Local supporters anticipate cheering them from the stands, hoping the Quebec contingent will inspire a strong showing for the host nation.
Residents of Lachine have been told to curb their drinking water use after the borough was placed on the city's water use vigilance list on June 11th. City officials said the supply cannot be cut off, so they are asking households and businesses to lower consumption voluntarily. The advisory follows a series of conservation warnings that have rolled through other neighborhoods this summer, as Montreal grapples with lower reservoir levels. Neighbors are being urged to trim showers, fix leaks promptly, and postpone non-essential outdoor watering. Households received mailed notices and text alerts outlining practical steps, such as limiting dishwasher cycles to full loads and using a bucket for car washing. The city's water management department emphasized that collective reductions are essential to keep the system stable while alternatives are explored. Authorities will monitor usage and may adjust the alert if conditions improve or worsen.
Police announced Tuesday that a coordinated raid across several neighborhoods dismantled a vehicle theft ring suspected of links to the Hells Angels. The operation involved the provincial police, the city police, and federal investigators, who seized more than 20 stolen cars and arrested 8 individuals. Investigators said the network had been under surveillance for months after intelligence tied the thieves to the outlaw motorcycle gang. Authorities recovered vehicle identification numbers and documents that could help trace further illicit activity. The suspects face charges ranging from grand theft auto to participation in an organized criminal group. Police indicated that the bust will disrupt a supply chain that fed stolen vehicles into illegal markets, potentially reducing the number of car thefts reported in the coming months. The raid was coordinated from a central command hub, and detectives noted that the evidence collected will aid future investigations into related gang activity.
Let's check the afternoon outlook and see how the weather will shape our day ahead.
Let's take a look at what Montreal's weather has in store for your afternoon plans. On this day, the city saw a scorching record high of 28.8 degrees, set in 2020, one during an extended heat wave that pushed temperatures well above the usual summer norm. By contrast, the coldest temperature recorded on June 13th was a brisk 7.2 degrees in 2020, a rare dip that came with an unexpected Arctic air mass. Normally, mid-June highs hover around 26 degrees with lows near 15, so both extremes stand out sharply against the typical climate. Right now, Montreal basks in clear skies with a mild 21 degrees and comfortable humidity. From noon onward, the temperature will climb to 25 degrees, staying sunny through the early afternoon before a few clouds drift in. The UV index is a solid 7, so a hat and sunscreen are wise if you'll be outdoors. Winds will pick up to 27 kilometers per hour from the southwest, giving a gentle breeze that feels refreshing. By 3 in the afternoon, we expect 27 degrees and partly cloudy conditions, then a light rain at 7 in the evening as the high settles around 28 degrees and the low dips to 18 tonight. No weather alerts are in effect, so you're free to enjoy your evening plans. Looking ahead, tomorrow brings an overcast day with a high of 21 degrees and a low of 15. Expect heavy rain covering most of the city with 95% chances, so keep an umbrella handy. Monday clears up nicely, offering a pleasant 20 degrees high and a cooler 13-degree low, perfect for a walk in the park. Tuesday stays mostly clear, warming to 22 degrees while the low holds at 14. Wednesday turns cloudy again with a high of 25 and a low of 15, a good day for indoor activities. Finally, Thursday brings another rain spell, 20 degrees high, 16 low, and an 85% chance of showers. The stretch mixes dry and wet, so plan accordingly and enjoy the variety of Montreal's early summer weather.
We'll break down today's traffic delays, recap the Alouettes win over the Argonauts, and highlight La Nadia's grand reopening. We will be right back.
Watch the local sunset tonight at 6 p.m. for all your local Montreal news.
Major construction continues on Autoroute des Laurentides at Exit 2, where Rue Sauvé meets Boulevard Henri Bourassa. All lanes are reduced, adding 15 to 20 minutes of delay during the morning peak. The Médéric Martin Bridge lane closure compounds the slowdown, forcing traffic onto the remaining lanes and onto side streets. On Avenue Soligny, work between the 25 and Honoré Beaugrand as well as between Dixon and Honoré Beaugrand narrows the road to single lane, creating intermittent queues that can add 10 minutes. Access from Rue Sauvé is closed, so drivers must use nearby Boulevard Henri Bourassa to reach the highway. Despite these bottlenecks, the downtown core and the eastern corridor remain clear, so commuters heading toward the center can expect normal flow this afternoon. On transit, the SDM strike has halted most bus routes and reduced metro service to a limited schedule, with only the Green Line operating at reduced frequency. Riders should plan for alternative travel or expect longer wait times.
There are no verified listings available for today. And now here's Jason with sports.
CFL fireworks, NHL honors, and a playoff showdown define Montreal's sports weekend. On Friday night, the Montreal Alouettes opened their season with a 37-30 victory over the Toronto Argonauts, highlighted by Davis Alexander's 2 touchdown passes and a decisive blocked punt by Micah, all that set up a late score, Sportsnet reports. Montreal Canadiens captain Nick Suzuki earned the Frank J. Selk Trophy for defensive excellence, while forward Cole Caulfield captured the Lady Byng Trophy for sportsmanship, according to CBC Sports NHL. The dual honors underscore the team's balanced play and individual distinction this season. In Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Final, the Carolina Hurricanes advanced to the Stanley Cup Final by defeating the Montreal Canadiens, with Logan Stankoven scoring one of 3 first-period goals, CBC Sports NHL reports. The win ends Montreal's playoff run.
La Nadia in Auchelahga Maisonneuve is back, this time under the sky. After a sudden shutdown over noise-related paperwork, Montreal's only women-focused sports bar has set up an outdoor gate on Rue Ontario, serving the same fierce game day energy that made it a rallying point for fans and friends. Owner Amelie says the temporary patio will stay while they hunt for a permanent indoor home, keeping the spirit of the place alive. The reopening means the neighborhood regains a safe space where women can cheer, debate, and connect over hockey, soccer, and beyond. Neighbors have gathered with poutine plates, turning the street into a lively celebration of sport and sisterhood. It's a reminder that Montreal's community thrives when every voice has a seat at the table. Stay tuned for a feel-good story as La Nadia Women's Sports Bar swings its doors open again in OshalaHga, brightening the neighborhood.
Coming up tonight at 6, the local sunset. Your neighborhood, your city, your news. From city hall decisions to the stories happening right on your street, we cover what matters most to Montrealers. Join us tonight at 6 p.m. on GMna for the local sunset, Montreal's evening newscast.
The Toronto Argonauts are traveling to Montreal for a high-stakes clash with the Alouettes at Percival Molson Stadium, a game that could reshape the Eastern Division race. Fans are filling the stands and the pressure is on both squads as they vie for a crucial win. Carl Dumont is there. Carl Dumont.
Thanks CJ Waterhouse. The roar of a packed Percival Molson Stadium swells as twilight settles over downtown Montreal, and the scent of fresh-cut grass mixes with popcorn from the concession stands. Fans in red Argonauts jerseys and blue Alouette gear fill the lower bowl, waving flags and chanting in French and English. On the field, the Toronto Argonauts line up opposite the Montreal Alouettes, the ball glinting under the stadium lights as the kickoff looms at 7 p.m. on Friday, June 12, 2026. The quarterback for Toronto bounces the ball, eyes scanning the defense, while the Alouette defensive line tightens, shoulders locked in a familiar rivalry. The crowd erupts with each tackle, each forward pass, each roar of the brass band echoing through the concrete arches. This game isn't just a contest of yards, it's a clash of city pride, drawing families, students, and longtime fans together under one roof. Carl Dumont, virtually at Percival Molson Stadium.
In the heart of downtown Montreal, on a breezy Saturday morning, the bustling lobby of Loto Quebec's main office filled with a quiet hum of anticipation. Staff members, clipboard in hand, moved between rows of hopeful faces, each clutching a ticket that could rewrite a story. Among them was Marie-Claude, a retired schoolteacher who had slipped a glossy, half-crumpled slip into her coat pocket after a modest game of daily draw. She'd never imagined it could be more than a fleeting thrill. The agency's team, armed with scanners and a genuine smile, called her over and gently unfolded the ticket. The numbers glowed on the screen, a $1 million prize paired with a lifetime annuity that would keep her heart steady for years to come. Tears welled as she realized the lottery's call for ticket verification wasn't a reminder of missed chances, but a lifeline stretching out to her and countless others who might have tucked their luck away. That moment, when a simple piece of paper turned into a promise of security, captures the spirit of community hope Loto Quebec nurtures every day. It reminds us that a small act of checking can open doors to new possibilities for anyone.
On a crisp early summer evening on St. Laurent Boulevard, the streets of the Plateau pulse with the first notes of Franco's de Montreal. Hundreds of pedestrians pause as the stage at Place Émilie Gamelin lights up, where a trio of emerging Quebec singers launch their set beneath a canopy of twinkling strings. The festival, organized by the city's Cultural Affairs Office and supported by local businesses, promises more than 150 concerts over the next 2 weeks, the bulk of them free to the public. What makes this launch feel especially personal is the sight of a retired schoolteacher handing out handwritten flyers to a group of teenagers, explaining how the festival mirrors the city's linguistic heritage. A nearby food truck known for its maple-glazed poutine serves a line of smiling fans who clap along to the chorus of a French-spoken indie band from Marseille. The collective energy turns a routine downtown stroll into a shared celebration of language and music. In a city that thrives on community, the simple act of gathering for song reminds us that culture lives in the streets as much as in the concert halls.
Thanks for joining us, Montreal. Tonight's look at the upcoming World Road Cycling Championships really shows the city's growing global stage. We appreciate your curiosity and your commitment to staying informed. Stay tuned for more stories tomorrow and have a great evening. See you bright and early tomorrow for another deep dive into the stories that matter.